Today, we highlight a brilliant local independent business as the Yorvik Radio Business of the Week. And today is no different. It's a software company based in York called Interface, and they supply software to control all aspects of companies' sales, marketing and project management. I'm delighted Damien Edwards, their commercial manager, is in the studio with me now. Hi, Damien.
Hi, Nick. Thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure. So just tell us a bit about Interface, first of all, as a company, who you are, where you are.
Yeah, so I'm the commercial director of Interface. We're a York-based business. We employ around 16 or 17 people. We're growing a little bit at the moment. We hope to have about 20 by the end of this year, and most of probably half, at least half of those people are developers, software developers, and then we have a sales team of about 5, and then we have project managers, what we call customer success managers, so people that talk to the customers and help them to implement the product. We sell a product. We sell other people's products, and we make our own products. So we sell a product called Bitrix 24, which is our, the main product we sell. It's a workspace for small and medium-sized businesses. You can handle things like HR, your sales, a full CRM system, and you can manage projects as well within the system. So it's kind of an all-encompassing product, and we sell it to a whole range of businesses. So we do have quite big clients. We deal with people like KPMG and the Commonwealth, and we've done quite substantial systems for them. But we deal with one-man bands as well. So I'd say the average company we deal with probably has 20 staff, 20 or 30 staff. So quite small businesses.
And one of the challenges of companies growing is the fact that they have all of their different bits in different disparate places. So they might have their customer, relation management software might actually just be spreadsheets with everybody's contact details on. You might be using different bits and bobs. How important is it, that you get complete visibility and connectivity across all your operations within a company?
Yeah, I think more so these days, with people working remotely, being connected to your team is critical these days. So having some software that allows you to be able to communicate with your team within our product, you can create chat groups and you can do video calls and everything you can do on Zoom and Teams, and that's all built into Bitrix 24. But yeah, being connected, having visibility across the whole organization is really important. In our CRM system, you can connect up different communication channels. So we can connect email, phone, messenger platforms like WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. And this means that when I go in and look at a customer record, I can see all the quotes and orders that are for that customer, but I can see all the communication as well. So I can see everything that everybody within the business has spoke to that customer about. So it gives me a full picture of that business.
And that's important for informed decision making by management, isn't it? Because they can see all the interactions. It prevents a misstep if they're going to contact the customer. They know where they are in the sales cycle, or maybe what they've bought already. Because if obviously people update it like they should do, you'll see all of the the interactions, whether that be email or call or whatever.
Yeah, I think for compliance reasons, you need to have a full history of the communication you've had with customers for bigger companies. But really, basically, you want to be able to see, you want everything in one system if possible, because then you can produce reports and you can see, where your business stands. If you've got data in multiple systems, reporting is quite tricky.
Many systems are only, they're targeted at the bigger boys, aren't they, and the bigger girls. I mean, the point about it is that, from what I understand, looking at your website, this starts off at, it's sole traders in effect.
Yeah. As I said, we deal with large organisations and we deal with one-man bands.
And what's the smallest user? It's a 5-user license, is it?
There's actually a free edition. You can subscribe. There's no cost whatsoever. You don't need to put a credit card in, and you can use it free for life. It's limited in what you can do with it.
But it's a good way of trialing it, isn't it?
Yeah, you can trial the product for free. If you're a small business, we've got we speak to a lot of companies that use the free product, have used it for a long time. But what you'll find is, as your business grows, you'll need the higher limits you get with the commercial editions. But there's a number of commercial editions, about 5, I think. So you can move up through those as your business grows and as your requirements grow. It's our job to present the solution to our customers and encourage them to buy the commercial packages, of course, and they'll get value from those.
And how do you benchmark this? So we have a thing in software called return on investment or cost benefit analysis, whatever you want to call it. How do people find out whether it's working for them and actually delivering what it says it does?
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of businesses use return on investment to be able to justify the cost, the investment in software. We tend to not use it too much. The problem we find is that to calculate a return on investment, you need to calculate the cost it takes, the cost to perform a task, and then you have to make a lot of assumptions and things. And we find that you can build a case to justify the investment however you want, but we find it's difficult to get an accurate, return on investment figure. The other side of it is, our software will add value to the business and save you money, but it'll also help you to provide a better service to your customers. So it's difficult to sort of put a value on.
It's
that,
more
that sort of thing
percentages rather than, maybe make you 20% more effective or, enable you to grow with the same staff and things like that.
Yeah, it depends where you're starting from. So if you're starting from a business with very little systems, then you'll get a high return on your investment. It's difficult to calculate. We sometimes do it. We tend to not. We tend to just talk to a business about what they do, what their requirements are, what problems they've got, what the sort of critical features they're looking for, and then we present back to them our solution, how it will look for their business, and they can evaluate it based on that usually.
And a lot of people listening might think, I need that, but I don't need that. I need that, but I don't need that. Is it modular, or do you get everything and you choose what you need?
Yeah, it's modular in a sense. It's flexible in that there's a range of packages and you can choose which one's right for your business. We try and keep it quite simple though. There's about 5 different packages. There's not a dozen modules that you can plug in how you want. You move up through the packages as and when your requirements, your requirements increase.
Talking about software, one of the big benchmarks for me when I'm using anything is how easy is it to use? I guess that's a watchword for you as well, making it intuitive and easy.
Yeah, we hear a lot of that from customers. How easy is it to use? And absolutely, it should be intuitive to use, and people should be able to pick it up and run with it quite quickly. And I think that's quite a lot down to how it's implemented. So we make sure that we're not showing a whole range of features to every team that they don't need. So we'll design the system so that it has the right sort of menus, the right sort of labels and tabs that are suitable, for that applicable for that particular.
So you do provide that implementation service then, where you will help configure the system with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of good software out there, but the key part is really to choose your partner. So find a partner that can implement it for you. So we go into businesses and we find out about how they work. We find out about their critical issues, and we scope out in detail their requirements, and then we set it all up for them. And
that's important, isn't it? Because a lot of off-the-shelf stuff, basically you're left to get on with it. Having a trusted partner like yourselves really does help.
Yeah, I think a lot of software is sold as kind of out of the box. It's easy to set up, and it can be. But you need somebody internally that's maybe done this before. So if you haven't got that, we'd always recommend working with a partner that's an expert on the software, because we can show you how you can get more value from it. So there'll be areas of the software that you're not using, you didn't fully understand. If you work with a good partner that knows the product, we to sell ourselves, we are a Bitrix 24 Gold partner. We have been for 10 years. So, we've got a lot of experience working with a whole range of different types of businesses.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for people to know that you get what they do, and basically you've walked in their shoes before. And I guess you've got case studies on your website as well where, people can see that. And you were talking earlier about there being a free version. Is that how, some people get into it, or do they go for, I don't know, the Enterprise Edition or something like that because they need that from the off? Do you help scope that as well? In other words, what they need?
Yeah, Yeah, so we would recommend an edition that's suitable for their business. So there's a range of editions. They have different limits generally. So you can do a certain amount of actions on the basic edition. If you're a bigger company, you're going to need the more expensive editions. There is a free edition. Sometimes businesses will use that for a period of time, and then they'll contact us and say, look, it's not quite doing everything we want, and then there's an opportunity for us to then recommend a commercial package.
And I guess different sectors use different bits of the software. In other words, you have sector specific solutions for them as well, do you?
Yeah, I mean, we work with all different sectors. We work with a lot of finance companies, we work with a lot of marketing and digital agencies, but a whole range of sectors. I think our software is quite suitable for a whole range of sectors, but every business is different, and so it's the critical thing is finding out how they work, and that takes a bit of time. So we spend a bit of time with businesses to understand how they work, what they're doing at the moment, and what they want to do better in the future.
And there's a low cost of entry, isn't there? I mean, which does suit the sole trader, right up to 10 users, 50 users, and then some, really.
Yeah, under £100 a month for our base product. So yeah, very low cost and entry point.
Is that software as a service? In other words, you access it via the internet.
That's it. It's all cloud based. You sign up online. You get a free account and then decide if you want to upgrade. But it's all online. You don't need to download anything, and it works sort of instantly once you've.
Which means you can update without people having to download updates and stuff like that.
You certainly can. Yeah, absolutely. We also do more advanced on-premise editions that have the traditional model, but at 90% of the products we sell are cloud.
And do they use them on their smartphones and their tablets as well?
Yeah, that's it. You can get an app for your tablet, for your smartphone, so you can be in the office on your desktop and then out on the road on your smartphone. It's all syncs up perfectly.
And if we have inspired people to think, this could be for me, how do they get in touch? What's the best way of getting in touch with you and your website, etc.?
Yeah, well, we're intraface.com, so it's intreface.com. Search for us on LinkedIn. We're based on Toff Green in York. Come and see us.
Yeah, and you can phone and I guess, if you're based in York, you can meet face-to-face or on Zoom or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. We like to meet face-to-face if we can, so that we can really understand your business. So come to our office, we'll come and see you, and we'll talk about how we can help.
Excellent. Well, there you go, intraface.com. Thanks, Damien. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.